Alright fellers, we are back with the LT2000 Resurrection. The first thing I'm going to do is pull the deck off, and I am going to diagnose and check it out real good. This is a very simple deck to remove. On each side you just got a pull pin, spring loaded, that stays on the deck. You just pull this pin and release this, and the one on the other side, you've just got that little guide bar there. You pull that crazy looking pin out of that and pull your belt off the pulley. This one is missing its belt keeper on the engine pulley, so I got to get one of those. That's another $17 something at the local supply shop. Those are twice as expensive on Amazon, so shop around. Don't think everything on Amazon is the best deal. I want to pull this deck off. Give me just a few minutes and we're going to take a look and see what is going on. I've got the spindles, the spindle pulleys, the blades. I've got those two pulleys there ordered. New belts, blade belt, two new drive belts. I've got all that ordered. And let's pull this deck off and let's find out what's going on. Let's look how damn creepy that is. Ew. Pull this deck off this thing. Somebody does not know how these go on and come off. They just, well, and we got the engagement cable. There it is. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. Now I get that track right there and have my table back for other things. Alright, let me pause the video and let's check out that deck. Okay, here is the deck. Of course, the bearings in this spindle, or yeah, it was this one. Right now it's sitting on the blade. Yeah, the blade bearings, the bearings in that spindle are gone. At least the belt keeper's on there. I was hoping to find the engine pulley blade, belt keeper laying on here somewhere, but it's been gone for a long time probably. This washer is broke. This pulley is wore out. This one feels pretty good, but I got the pulleys and all the pulleys, spindles, blades, I got all that ordered. It's just really crusty. I don't want to run my fingers down in there too awful much. But I just want to, she's going to need a lot of love. Well, okay, little boys and girls, this is we're going to rebuild the deck on this LT2000 46-inch. I showed you I pulled the deck off and I washed it good as I could just to be able to get to it. So now what I'm going to do is take these pulleys off, get the belt off, flip it over, take the blades and the bolts out of the spindles, get the spindles up and out. They come off from the top. This is kind of inverted from what you're probably used to seeing. I've already got this cover off. I'm going to get this cover off. And the problem with this one is the bearings are completely gone in this spindle. And this idler pulley, the bolt is loose. See, it ought to be tight like that. So this one has got a hex head on the bottom. It's a regular bolt. It's a grade 8 bolt. So you know, you've probably seen the carriage bolts that hold the bottom, or sometimes the stud is actually welded to the plate under there. So we're going to get this thing apart, guys. Where's my hose? I'm going to leave that compressor on. You'll probably hear it crank up. It's alright. It's a shop. Everybody knows what an air compressor sounds like. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Alright. There goes your nut. There goes your plate. And here's your belt keeper here. And this cover sets, that groove sets right there. And this one is same way. So we'll get them out of the way. Get them out of the way. Alright, there's that. It don't feel too awful bad, but you can hear it. I can feel it a little bit. Alright, let's get this one off here. I'm going to leave that one right there. Not going to touch that. This has got a nipple, it's got an indentation, it's got a tit, whatever you want to call it, that sticks out right there. And it's got a hole right there. And of course your washer goes on top of that. See, this bolt is going to fall all the way through to the deck. So when you put it back together, make sure it's on there and you put that washer back on. But also make sure that goes back on there. Not sure what that's for. It acts as a washer, and I guess it acts as a dust cover to keep the dust out of this sealed bearing. It's just a sealed roller bearing is all that is. Got to remember that. Oh, let's pull this one off. And try to remember how the belt goes on. A lot of the tractors are going to have diagrams how the belt goes. But I can look at any deck in the world and I can tell how the belt goes, because you know where the engine is. This is the front. If it's a flat idler pulley, you know the back of the belt's going to ride on it. If it's a V idler pulley, like that, well, you know the inside of the belt's going to ride on it. So it's obvious that the belt goes around this one and around this one, goes around this one, and just straight across. That's all it is. Same thing with this one. Straight up. This one's got a dust cover. It also acts as a washer. Oh, go ahead. Let's get. I need to get that off. Let's get that off. I could have had my tools ready already, but I didn't. You can see me. And these covers also act as belt keepers themselves. I'll show you. See, the belt goes in here. This will ride there and there. It'll actually hold that belt on, because you've got two different type of tractors. You got one with electric PTO, which you just pull the button to engage the blades. This belt is fixed, it's always tight. In a tractor like that, where you got a manual engagement, whether it's got the dashboard engagement or the fender engagement or whatever, the way it disengages is it releases one of these pulleys and just puts a whole lot of flop in this belt and around the engine pulley, and it's not going to turn anymore. And then at the same time, you got brakes that will stop the spindle blade from turning. See, right there. So when you disengage it, the spring action will hit them brakes and it'll stop. And if you have a manual engagement tractor, you're going to have these covers on both sides. And you're going to have different belt fingers. If you got an electric PTO tractor, you're probably not even going to have guards on it. But you will have, the idler pulleys will have the belt keepers, belt fingers. So there you go. Oh shit, let's rebuild this deck. Alright. Remember, it goes through here. Goes around there. There it goes around. Alright, I ain't going to put the new belt on there yet, of course, because I ain't got their spindles replaced or the idler pulleys replaced. I'm going to go ahead and replace these, because I don't want all this stuff flopping when I turn the deck upside down. Alright, we know that these are both the same pulleys. Same size, same part number. It says quantity of 2. They're flat idler pulleys. This always goes down because this is what the pulley will bolt to, and then it will spin. Don't put it upside down, because then you'll be rubbing the, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. It comes with new bolts, grade 8 bolts. But to do that, you got to take all this off. I'm not going to replace the bolts. I'm going to put the same nuts back on there. I ain't going through all that trouble. It's not necessary. Same hardware. All right, I'm going to put this one on first. Well, actually I am. I'm just going to finger tight. I just don't want to lose all this stuff. I want everything to stay right where it is. So, we'll go ahead and, because we're going to have to take it apart anyway to get the belt back on. I can't get the belt on it until I replace the spindles. So, bear with me, guys. I'm just going to put this nut back on there just to hold it. And this one's going to, look there. That pulled out of the old idler pulley. See how this one was? You got to watch that. See, look there. These are just pressed in. You can buy different, you know, the same pulleys for different applications of tractors. They just changed this for different applications. So watch that. Because the new one already has one built in. And you can press that out. If it's the same pulley, but for a different application, and this was different, you can press that out. And then press the old one back in the new pulley and reuse that. So if it's not all wore out on the inside. Alright, quit damn rambling. Quit rambling. Watch out for the dust. See, you saw that, didn't you? I didn't put that dust cover on that one. You gotta watch it go over. So we're gonna take this back off. Take that back off. Get under there and push that bolt back up a little bit. I hear the birdies chirping. Alright, that's cool. Alright. Now, I'm going to flip this thing over, take the blades off, and like I said, this deck sits on the deck like that, and it's bolted through the deck into the spindle. Usually you may see them kind of inverted different ways. Sometimes you have to go from under. You have to take this pulley off and go from under and bolt down through it. This one is the opposite. So let's see. Okay, that's tight. That's good. That's good. Let's flip this thing over right here. We're hurting ourselves. All right. 15/16 nut right in the middle. Be careful, man. This thing is jagged as hell. And I've had my tetanus shot, but I am going to try to hold it. plastic shopping. I didn't mean to scream at you. That compressor just kicked off. Sometimes your tractor can have 5-star, and this one's a 6-star. Just make sure when you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, make sure you look at that. And when you put the blades on, make sure you don't get them like that. Make sure it's all the way on, because you will booger that and ruin the spindle. You will. I've seen it do it. I've done it myself. All right, let's get these 4 bolts out. 1/2-inch head on these bolts. 5/16, 18 self-threaders. They go right through the body of the spindle. And they usually break when you try to unscrew them, which is fine. I ain't gonna take the spindles anyway. What you know, damn customer call. Well, he'll have to wait till this video is over. And that's my trusty old Mac impact sockets I bought about 25 years ago. They still good. Gotta get all that junk up around these head of these bolts, because you don't want to strip that bolt head. You can break the bolts off, that's fine. If you strip them heads off, man, we're all gonna be looking for a job. Not too loud, but I really do hope it is. Look at that, snap it right off, that's good. I'll take that. That's a bad spindle anyway. Now I gotta find a punch to get that head out of my socket. Damn punches. Where's my hammer? Oh, there it goes, it fell out by itself, that's good. Just pushed it right out. Alright, I was going to have to do it 7 more times. Oh, that one broke off. Come on now, don't strip on me. Don't do it. Broke that one off, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, look at there, that one didn't break. I'll save that one, put that on eBay right there. Alright, let's get this other one off. I hope y'all ain't got to stare at the back of my bald head too awful long. Look there, that didn't break. Oh, that one don't want to seat right. Hammer. That's actually still a good spindle on this side, I think. Can't turn it though because it's laid on its back. But I wouldn't trust that spindle right there. This tractor's probably 13, 14 years old. A lot of wear on it, a lot of use. There's that one. Look how wobbly. Alright. Now, spindle break. Get this one come out. There we go. Oh God, that spindle there, that thing is raw. Yeah, this thing has done a lot of sitting out in the weather, in the rain. Yeah, and this one, the bearing is actually, well, I thought I saw the bearing. There's the bearing right there, but the seal is gone, and all the balls have fallen out of the bearing. Yeah, how'd you like to hear that cutting grass? Okay. Whew, I'm tired now. Let's see. Now we'll drop the new spindles in there. I think what I'll do is set it up on this jack stand right there. Yep. Gotta get these screws out of there. Let me get my little impact and get them out of there so I can do it quick. There we go. Yeah, when you have two metals like steel and aluminum that's against each other for so many years, they're going to seize, and that's what happens. They just snap. I think the manufacturers make them where they'll snap easy, so you have to buy all new spindles. I have had a customer on a budget where I just knock the shaft out and replace the bearings without taking the spindles off. So, I'm going to slide this one on first. They're both the same thing, same part number. Get a couple of screws in it. Seated down there just right. Yeah, the bearings come out of the old spindle, and the whole shaft and pulley dropped about 1.5 inches, and the brake actually ended up on top of the pulley. Look at that dripping sweat on this thing. I'm not going to use that big heavy air impact to put them on. I'll use my lighter duty little quarter drive impact. Lord, I don't want to snap one of these off. Get the bolt started. 4 bolts in each one. They come with the pulley already on the shaft, already torqued. Make sure you pull this off. This is what the nut will screw onto, and then you got your 6-point. And brand new Oregon blades with a 6-point star. These are like gator blades, really. These are going to be good blades here. The lifts on them other blades were completely gone. These are a little lighter than their other blades. Let's get these bolts out of here. I like these pulleys. They come with the already threaded. Sometimes they'll just come with a self-threading bolt, which I don't really care for. I will still thread it with a tap and die anyway. I don't ever use the bolt to tap. Get this pulley out of the way. There we go. Press that thing in place. I mean, even after washing this deck, you can still see just all the oil, all the crud still on. I still got to pressure wash it again when I'm finished. It's got to be pretty. Got to be pretty. That thing started in there. Get it lined up. Get it lined up just for you. can't see what I'm doing right now. Oh. Damn brake right there. There we go. Pull that out of the way. This thing is a 46-inch deck. They're usually 42 or 38. 42 is the most popular. And this 46 is about the biggest deck you can get. You just have 2 blades. To the 50s and 52-inch decks, they got 3 blades, 3 spindles, a lot more pulleys, and longer belts, and more problems. And this one's giving me a damn problem. Get on in there, boy. Look at my friends left at me like that. Need about 6 more hands. Y'all think I'm going to edit this out, don't you? Come on. Come on, baby. Guess I'm about to whip out my third member to help hold something. Yeah. Yeah. There we go, right down there. Get these other ones started. These other ones started. Ooh, man, I am rolling in sweat now. 82 degrees in here, but it's raining all dang couple of days. Hey. Set that back right there. I'm gonna reach under here and hit these bolts a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. In there. There. There we go. That's good on that one. Ah. I ain't getting too crazy with the torque on that. I'm scared that down here is going to break off or the bolt's going to break or something. We'll be doing a lot of apologizing. Somebody. Oh. I bet y'all wish y'all could have watched me do that. My elbow just popped. Sometimes when you buy new blades, they'll put that damn sticker right over this hole. Or sometimes they'll have 2 holes you got to line up on the adapter. And you got to pick that damn sticker off, and they don't come off, and end up on the news taking hostages now when they do that. There it goes, right there, perfect. Seated just perfect. I like to time these blades just opposite of each other. All down in there, boy. There we go. You know, they didn't give me new bolts, new nuts. They didn't give me new nuts with these new spindles. I'm about to use these old nuts, which they're still good. They're just a little rusty looking, they ain't pretty. I can't believe they didn't give me new nuts for that. But they're just good. They're just good. Threads are nice. Seating surface is nice. But I am going to use my heavy impact to put the blade nuts on with. I believe in high torque there, buddy. High torque. Come on, compressor, kick on, boy. Well, looky there. All right. This one's sitting on the pulley on the table. But I'll make sure it spins good. Drop this thing on the lap. Alright, everything spins free. Everything spins free. This brake on this here is just wore out. No big deal. Now let me take these back off. And we'll put the new belt on there. Make sure you have this spun around where it falls in that hole. You see that? That's good. And this one was, where was it? There it is, it was over there. Over. Where's the belt? I ordered so many belts for this thing, I'm not sure which one's which now. It's gotta be this one. I'm gonna throw that little belt. I got a nail hanging on the wall over there. When I get a new belt, I'll hang them on that nail and pull them real hard and see if they are in fact the same length, which these are. This new belt's a 4L. This one here looks like it's a 3L, but it's not though. It's just war. It's same size, same thickness, same width, length. All right. We know it's going to go around them, and it's going to go around the back side of that one. Come around here, go around the back side of that one. There we go. Now we'll put this thing back together. And I'm using, those are grade 8 bolts and hardware, so I am using my air impact because I want these things tight, man. You see how loose this one was. It's not good. Having that geared. I gotta figure out where to get all my hardware. Oh yeah. Push that bolt back up into there. Alright, is that one sitting in the hole? There it is. That goes in there, that fits in that groove, and that's what holds that belt. Shit. Got a customer. That one's nice and tight. Let me hit pause real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I got a fella who wants to give me some money. Wants to give me some money. Guys, y'all would be so damn proud of me just then. That customer come up with a commercial John Deere 657 52-inch stander basket case, flat tires, missing parts. No, 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 no. You got to learn to say no, guys. Holy shit, you got to know when to say no. I know Shane at DLT would be proud of me for that, man. That thing is a monster. I can't even get it in my shop. Good God. Anyway, let's get back to this, guys. Let's see, I know I tightened this down, but I'm going to check it anyways. It's been a few minutes since I've been in here. Yeah, you got to know when to say no. I got too much work as it is. Too much work as it is. You got to know when to send people down the street. Too many other good shots around here for me to kill myself on something like that. Make sure everything is seated in there. Make sure everything is seated real good. About 3 more hands. That thing is seated. What I just do is that on there. I just had that nut in my hand. There it is. You gotta know when to say no. You gotta know when to say hell no. We're gonna touch that thing with a 100-foot pole. I got too many things in here already I should have said no to. Y'all know how that goes, Uncle Bob. Too much stuff to work on. like I wanted to seize up a little bit. Didn't want to act right. I'm not quite sure I got this thing on right. Okay, there's that washer. Right there, there's a hole it lines up with. Go right in that little divot. Right there. Look at right there. See, that customer came up and got me all fuzzled. I'm concentrate now. Alright, it's in this little divot. Let's go around that way. Okay. Cinch her down, baby. Something is not right. See? Something is not right, and I think I know what it is. Other than the fact I'm going to wear this nut and bolt out. Gotta make sure that shit's right, boy. Let's see. Why is it cinching down real tight? You know what I did? I believe I know what I did. Whenever you use your air ratchet and you first plug it in with air, and then once the immediately spin like that, it won't stop. Just squirt a little PB blast or something in there. You got to oil this thing. We'll do that. We ain't here to learn about air ratchets, air hammers. Alright, I got that one on there right. Got that one on there good, right. You gotta look at these things real good. You gotta make sure it's right. Last thing you want is a comeback. Embarrassing comeback. I think Jeremy could have this thing put together 4 times by now. He's probably gonna see this and laugh at me. For some reason this one had 2 washers under it, and that one had 1. And when you put this on there, it's not bent, but you can see where it was rubbing the old one. There. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one of these washers on top. Get rid of that one right there. Very good. Very good. Now, why is this one cinching up? That is not right. That is not right. This one is not acting right at all. I wonder. let's see, this was that side. This is the one that was on this side. They look about the same length. Now why is this one acting like that? This thing is good. When you put it together. I believe this thing is bent. See how it was wearing? That little pulley? Yeah, look how that pulley wore down. This thing ain't right. It was rubbing right there on that pulley. I wonder. That thing is bent. Hard to tell really if it's bent. I'm gonna put this in the vise and see if I can't straighten that out a little bit. I can't imagine why I would do that. That old partner on it. But it was definitely rubbing the old pulley too. That's the problem there. Just another problem. I'm gonna see if I can't bend this up a little bit opposed to this flat surface. That whole thing needs to come up maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Let me set this on the vise and give it a whack. Give it a whack. I'm gonna hit it about 2 good times. Right. Oh, damn, only 1 time. That's all I needed to hit it was 1 good time. I put it in the vise and I hit it right there. And it moved it a pretty good bit. I wonder if that thing got hit with something before. Alright. It had 2 washers under here. Maybe somebody added that washer to try to fix that problem. I don't know. We'll find out. We are going to find out. If you tighten this thing down, you're not going to get the belt off. You got to loosen this pretty good bit to be able to wobble. You know how this one is. Anyhow, okay, let's see. 2 washers under there. You got your dust cover. You got this doohickey right there, and this belt finger is seated. Put this nut back on there, and we will see what that gives us. Because that insert inside that pulley acts as a shoulder bolt. But this was just bent down for some reason. Still doing it. Still doing it. It's not touching the pulley anymore, but that is just not right. This one's right. This one's not right. Real tight. That's never going to work. That is never going to work. It's free now. Huh. Looks like it's rubbing right there too. Rubbing on that dust cap. You can see the dust cap where it's rubbing at. I'm going to take one of these washers. Put it on top. That's what I'm going to do. I believe that's what I'm going to do. Let's see here. Put it on top of that. Another customer. I'm making my buddies a video. Y'all gonna have to wait till I'm done. Ooh, I can't even make videos anymore. I don't want to work on your stuff anymore anyway. I'm retired. I don't want to do this anymore. Go away. There you go. All right, boys. Sometimes you just gotta play with it to figure it out. And that's what we did. All right, we got the spindles, spindle pulleys. You got the idler pulleys. You got a new belt. New belt. Can't pull it over because it's sitting on the. Oh, it's got the brakes on. Okay. There's that. New blades. Well, that's about the third part of the. What are we calling this tractor anyway? The LT2000. What have we decided on? We're going to call it the Exploring the Titanic. Is that what we're going to call it? Well, guys, y'all be good. I am going to end this video because I got to answer text messages and voicemails and customers in the driveway. Whew. All right, fellas. Y'all be good. Not damn if you can't be good when you get caught doing it. Cut this thing off.